Hey there everybody, Red Parasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. In the last episode, we saw the Mark of Mastery exam. Terra did not make the mark, so hopefully he's not too upset about that. Saw that he had a little bit of darkness within him, so it's kind of setting up what his arc's going to be about. And we learned that the Princesses of Heart might be in danger from a new adversary called the Unversed. So, Terra and Aqua were sent out by Master Ericus to deal with the threat and make sure that the princesses are safe. So, that's what we're going to be doing. So our first world here with Terra is Enchanted Dominion.
Monsters. The ones the Master mentioned. These are the Unversed.
So I haven't really talked about the music much yet. There have been a number of great tracks, but I really like the battle theme in this world, as well as the field theme. They're both excellent. We haven't heard the field theme yet, but you know, we'll hear it eventually. But this battle theme is called the Rustling Forest. So we've got our typical low-level enemy here to start. So those are called Floods. I'm not going to know the names of all of the enemies here off the top of my head. Fortunately, the game does have a bestiary of sorts, so I can rely on that to help us out. Also, one nice feature of this game is that you can open chests in battle, which is not a universal thing in Kingdom Hearts, even though it definitely should be. Alright, so we've activated our first command style here. This one's called Critical Impact. So the command that we have in our deck that can activate it is Quick Blitz. So you can see it's upping our base damage here. As well as giving some of our attacks additional stun on them. So we actually stunned that bruiser, which is the big guy, with one of our regular attacks.
No, you don't.
And actually, the game is going to keep the battle theme going here for a little bit. So I know the Unversed went that way, but we have a very important piece of business over here, which is a treasure chest. You can get this later, but I'm just gonna get it now. And we'll head back in the direction that the game wants us to go. Alright, so we're at a clearing, has a save point, as well as another chest, and our first sticker. So, they're sort of like the puzzle pieces in 2. Obviously, they reuse the same icon in the overworld. They do work a little bit differently, but they're functionally similar in terms of how the game handles them on the world map.
What's this? Why aren't you asleep, boy? That fool Flora cast a spell to put everyone in this castle into a deep, deep slumber.
Who are you?
Why, I am Maleficent, as all who dwell in this kingdom would know. Now you must reciprocate the introduction. Who are you?
I'm Terra. What do you know about those monsters? The ones who attacked me.
Now why would I give a thought to creatures so base, so inconsequential?
Well, they are base. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm looking for someone. Ever heard of a man named Xehanort?
That name is not familiar to me. Is he an outsider like yourself? Oh, but wait. I do remember someone leaving the castle.
Tell me, what was he doing there?
I couldn't say. I can only be certain he was not from this kingdom. If you're curious, go see the castle for yourself. There, the entrance is past the bridge.
Thanks.
Perhaps he did speak about imprisoning the light. The light could be so many things. Could he have meant Princess Aurora?
Aurora.
So we have our field theme here. This is the Silent Forest. As I said before, I do quite enjoy it. And the world we are in is the world of Sleeping Beauty. Interesting little tidbit. This world did not actually have a name before this game, so it doesn't get named at all in the original Sleeping Beauty. So that's actually going to be the case for a lot of the worlds in this game. Because they have new names because they have to have names for the game. So we encountered Maleficent. So if you know anything about Sleeping Beauty, she's not a good guy. But let's try out D-Link's here. So this is Ventus's D-Link. His focuses a lot on quick attacks. So Strike Raid is one of his signature moves, as well as Arrow. So we're getting some level ups. You can also see our commands level up at points as well. So a side effect that Ventus's D-Link has for Terra is that it actually makes him attack faster, and that will only get better as you level up the D-Link. So Ventus is probably one of Terra's best D-Links, and you get it super early, so that's, a pretty nice thing to have in your back pocket. Actually got pretty lucky there. I got the first upgrade on it already, so we're doing pretty good in that regard. So we're heading inside the castle now. This is the audience chamber. It's a very large, empty room. Let's get the quick blitz in, and we should get critical impact on this one. We actually have enough for D-Link already. You'll probably see me using D-Links quite a bit whenever the gauge is full, just because I'm trying to do as much as I can to unlock them naturally as we go throughout the game. So in order to accomplish that, have to use them basically as frequently as possible, just to maximize our chances of getting the upgrades for them. So as you upgrade the D-Links, aside from some of the side effects like the speed of attacks or whatever getting better, it will also increase the size of the deck. So you can see we actually have, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm stuck in the finisher, so I can't even see. Yeah, we have like 4 commands. We got the level 2 already. I cannot believe this luck. This is actually crazy. Because, like I said before, Ventus's D-Link, super good. You can also manually exit a D-Link just by pressing right again on it, so that's good to know. Because it will preserve the rest of the gauge, so you see the gauge, you know, stopped going down once we exited the D-Link. You can see that sticker. We cannot get it right now. It is unfortunately out of our reach for the moment. We're just making our way through the castle here, fighting some battles. So the bruisers have a couple attacks. One of them is that shockwave. The other one is kind of one where they charge at you. Generally, Terra's not fast enough to kill them right now without them attacking first, so just been doing a couple attacks and then guarding to keep myself safe.
Want some?
Another charge just here. Has an ether in it. I will say this about the items. I don't typically use items most of the time in this game. I feel like they're kind of a waste compared to just other commands. Deck space will be at a premium throughout the game, so you'll want to make sure that you're using the best commands that you can.
This feels so familiar.
Her heart is filled with light. Not the slightest touch of darkness. Just the kind of heart I need.
For what?
Imagine with me the most glorious of futures. 7 of the purest hearts, each overflowing with light. When brought together, they grant the power to rule all worlds.
What do you mean?
Why, that key you hold. The Keyblade, is it called?
Where did you learn that name?
That trinket is the only way to obtain the hearts.
No more games! Where is Master Xehanort?
Impudence will get you nowhere, child. If you wish to learn more, you must retrieve the heart of Aurora.
And why would I ever want to do that?
It's not a matter of why, but of will. In your heart, there is darkness just waiting to be awakened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps not yet. But I have power over sleep. And I can awaken what's inside you. Then you will be free to be who you truly are.
Remember, the darkness lurks in every heart. Darkness is our foe. Would that we could be rid of it. You must destroy it. Push the darkness down. Give it no quarter in your heart.
Here it is. Just what I've waited for. To think that all he spoke of was and will be true.
How did I... What did I do? What did you do?
You speak as if I pulled some invisible strings. No, you couldn't be further from the truth, child. I simply whispered to the darkness you already held inside.
How could I do this? Then!
Yes. Now, you want to know where Xehanort went. Well, that I cannot answer. He disappeared into the darkness. But now I know the Keyblade is necessary to gather hearts. Join me. Collect 6 more hearts of pure light. Then we will rule all the worlds together!
You seem to be mixed up.
I'm a peacekeeper, not a tyrant.
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally poor start. Remember this. The darkness in your heart cannot be held back by force or strength. Now, my work here is done, as is yours. Wasn't there someone you needed to chase?
Wait! The Unversed. They're gonna bring down the castle. I have to do something.
So we forged a D-Link with Maleficent. You got played, Terra. So I'd liken what she just did there to some form of hypnosis, where it can't make you do things that you wouldn't normally do yourself, but it can make you, you know, more open to suggestion. So yeah, this is not a great turn of events. Aurora's heart is missing. Maleficent stole it, you know, thanks to Terra. So we unlock the shop here, and this will have commands and items that you can buy. Basically, any command that you've unlocked previously, you should be able to buy from here. There might be a few minor exceptions to that, but for the most part, you know, should apply to most commands that you have here. So I'm gonna grab the stuff that's in these chests over here. Obviously, we've got the map downstairs. We got sleep and attack recipe. So these recipes will show you what the result of certain command melding will be, but we'll get into that a bit more later, because at least for right now, we don't really have a lot of commands to meld. So now that we collected a sticker, I think this would have popped up the moment we collected the one in the clearing, but you know, we're getting this now. They're just a collectible. They do unlock some pretty nice rewards. Game's telling you about the sticker album. You can arrange them in the sticker album. That'll be somewhat important. It's not quite like the puzzles in 2, but it's sort of similar, I guess. All right. So we did max out some of our commands, so I should probably switch over to these. So once you max out a command, it can't gain any more CP. So it's definitely a good idea to switch what you're using so that you're always, you know, putting CP towards certain abilities. So that'll help you get the most of it. Let's see, what is the game trying to tell me about? Is it about the synthesis? Yeah, it's about the synthesis items. Won't worry about this for now. We'll just move on. So that was just the attack recipe, and then we've got the D-Link from Maleficent. One important thing to note about the D-Links is that you can turn them on or off, which will basically prevent it from showing up in your menu. when it's off. So if there's certain D-links that you just don't want to see and you don't want to have to menu through them, then you can turn them off here, and it'll just be, make your life a little bit easier. Obviously, I'm going to be leaving Ventus on because it's a really good D-link. Some of the other ones I might turn off once I've maxed them out, just so I don't have to see them. And then for the reports, we've got a lot of things. So that's tracking our finisher for the Ventus D-link. Of course, we've got all the Unversed that we met in this episode. The Flood, Scrapper, Bruisers, Red Hot Chilies. They're just one word short of a band name. And Thornbites. And then for the command collection, I'm just going to scroll through this because, like I said, not showing all of those off. And we've actually collected all of the treasures that we can in this world. The worlds in this game are a bit on the smaller side. That might be due to it being a PSP game originally. They wanted to make things a little bit more bite-sized. Actually, I think we should have 2 stickers, right? Unless I didn't collect the other one, we should have 2. Game says I've only collected 1, so I guess once we get out of the menu here, we'll see if I was right about that or not. So, by collecting stickers, you can unlock certain things once you get to these many number of points. Some of them aren't the greatest. Fireworks, you could leave it. Rhythm Mixer is super good. However, in order to get that, you have to have all the stickers. So, I did not collect this one, so there you go. Got ourselves another flying balloon sticker. We'll find it. I'll get into the placement of these a little bit more later, once we get more of them. For now, though, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I have been Rex Parasite, signing out.